What is going on, guys? Cryptomaniacs, how are you today? I hope everybody is doing well. It is April 12th, around 11:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I wanted to cover some more trading. I had a few comments in my last video on how to recognize the bottoms and all that good stuff. So we're going to discuss that a little further today. Before we do so, I do want to say I'm not a financial advisor. This is strictly my opinions. And this channel here, for those that don't know, is to educate you on the coins, because I'm very, very strong about educating yourself before making an investment. And also we like to include, trading tips. It's a new segment, but I think it's going to be helpful for those that are getting into the crypto, because you don't want to get in and right away lose your money. So hopefully I can help you maximize your gains with these videos by the education of coins and the information about trading. So let's move on. As of today, guys, the market cap is up pretty good. It was down to about 248 billion. It's now about 300 billion, guys. 299 billion, 575 million, 501,844 to be exact. Actually, let's refresh that, see if it's gone up a little bit. Okay, so there we go. Now, I'm trading Verge right now, okay? And I think this is going to be a good example to answer some questions in regards to trading. And one of the questions being, how do you identify the low when trading? So currently, Verge, there's a few indicators you want to pay attention to, okay? One being volume. As of this morning, volume was on Verge about $10,240 and has gone up, as you can see, to 11,480. So that's a good sign that Verge is back on an upward trend after the little correction that it had from reaching a high. So I got back in. Let's open this up. You can see how it went all the way down to about 1,012. I watched it carefully to see if it was going to go back in. The blue line right here is your 50-day moving average, and this again is a good indicator, the 50-day, to pay attention to. As you can see, when it's below the 50-day, the coin tends to go up, touch the 50-day, and then retract back down, go up again towards the 50-day, retract back down, so on and so forth, until it breaks through the resistance. And this is what I was watching. So as soon as it broke through, I got in right about here, okay? Because now this moving average is going to be the resistance for Verge to continue in an upward trend, right? So let's move over here to Coinigy. As you can see, the coin Verge broke through the resistance, okay, and coming back down. This is the 5-minute, guys, okay, 5-minute. So now the 50-day, whereas it was our resistance going downwards, as you can see, it came all the way down to about, again, 10,012, all the way down to this bottom point, moving back up to our 50-day moving average, which is our resistance, back down, moving up. So when a coin is downtrending, guys, this 50-day is your resistance level. So as soon as it gets close, that's pretty much going to be your selling point. And the stochastics RSI is also going to be your indicator of that. As you can see, the momentum, the stochastics, matches what's going on here. Okay? So now that we are through all the resistance, the 50-day, 100, and 200, this signals that Verge is now in an uptrending motion. So if you were to get in on Verge currently, as you can see, even on the 3-minute, this is a good buy point. And you can see that it's bouncing off of the 50-day moving average, our resistance. So in order for Verge to stay in an upward trend, it is going to stay close to or above the 50-day. Now, when you get I wouldn't call this a moonshot, but this is a nice upward trend, okay? And you can see here the moving average, or excuse me, the momentum indicating this. So the further away it goes, obviously the higher it's going, but we have to have a correction, guys. Now, the stochastics is indicating up here to sell. The graph up here is also indicating to sell. So now, when do you buy back in, right? When do you know to buy back in? Well, this has to come back close to the 50-day to have a nice healthy correction. You see it pulled away, pulled away, pulled away, and then it came right back. And what happened? As soon as it got to the 50-day, we went up a little bit more, pulled back, and now it's bouncing right off of the 50-day. Okay? And you can see the 100-day is starting to move upward. All signs, again, of an upward trend. So going back to Binance, okay, volume is going up. Verge has gone through the 50-day and the other moving average, so it's broken the resistance upwards. So now we are right now in an upward trend. So to identify a bottom to get back in, you want to pay attention to the stochastics RSI, and you want to pay attention to whether the coin is above your 50-day moving average or below your 50-day moving average. Okay? Because it always comes back. You can see this is the pattern, guys. Here we go again. Below the 50-day, this blue line, I'm going to click on it. Okay, below the 50-day, always comes back. And as you can see, the further away from the 50-day, and this goes for both directions, the further away, the bigger the correction you're going to have. Okay, so if you would have sold right here, which the momentum, the stochastics would have told you to do so, then you know you have to come back generally close to the general area of the 50-day. So that's a good profit margin. So that's what you want to pay attention to, guys. Where the 50 days, where the coin is at, whether it's below or above, indicating a downward trend. Oh, excuse me. Or indicating an upward trend. Okay? So right now, with all the indicators, I would say it's safe to say that Verge, and also consider the fact that there's that news coming out on the 17th. So it's pretty strong to say that Verge is going to continue to that date in a nice upward trend. And again, everything indicates for that as well. So volume is going up. It's above now the 50-day. And the stochastics, again, guys, is a great indicator to let you know what is happening with the coin. Okay, so if you would have bought in at the bottom here, which is a little rough on the stochastics just because it's halfway through, you know, I always recommend, you know, buy points down here below 20, sell points above 80. That way you got this nice profit margin. I mean, if you're just day trading, if you think about it, you know, this right here, from this point to here, you know, pretty much that's a good profit. Okay? So, to indicate the low, again, pay attention to the 50-day moving average. Further away it goes, you got to realize it's going to have to correct back to the general area. So, I believe I bought back in right about up here, actually. Could have waited a little bit more. But again, guys, knowing that it's in an upward trend, just wait for another good bounce back, and there's a good profit right there. If you think from 11.98 to 12.25, you know, 37 sats, that's a good profit. And then sell and buy back in low. So right now it's kind of small, but that's, again, what you want to pay attention to, people. To the 50-day, whether it's above the 50-day or below, either way, it draws back to the 50-day. So the further away it goes, the bigger the profit. Okay? In both directions. Look. Further away it went between the 50-day, bigger the profit. Okay? And another thing that people need to pay attention to is when this was going on, it was maxed out up here for quite some time. So unfortunately, when coins tend to do what's in a sense a moonshot, there's no more direction for this on the stochastic. So it'll stay stuck up here. So that sometimes is kind of tough to understand when to draw out, because you just don't know how far up the coin is going to continue to go. However, you do know that the coin is going to come back down. So as long as you sell up here, which the stochastics is indicating to do so, you know the coin is going to come back down. You may miss out on some growth. However, it's not about missing out in being greedy and taking every single sat. Okay, it's about being smart and consistent and just taking your profits. Let the coin correct, doing it intelligently, not letting your emotions get involved or greed get involved and wonder, oh my God, is it going to go up another 40? Should I wait? Because there's nothing worse than waiting for it to go up a little bit more and then for it just to have this correction. Because when it does correct fast, and you end up losing more than if you would just take your profits at this point. Okay, guys? So that's just a quick little video. If you have any further questions on trading, feel free to let me know. Again, this is Verge. I strongly recommend to get into Verge, because again, guys, with the news coming up and everything, Verge is just going to continue to soar. It's going to be a good trading situation right now as of now. So again, this is your boy Crypto Millionaire. I hope this video was helpful. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like, leave a comment below, and until next time, I'm out of here. Embrace the change. Peace.